there, guys. Okay, so today I want to talk for a minute about essential oils. Now, I had someone recently come to me asking for some advice on essential oils for anxiety, and I thought, I've never done a post on that, and so let me take all this research I'm doing and let me share that with all of you guys. So, the first thing you think when you think of essential oils and anxiety, I'm going to guess the one that pops into your head is lavender. So I brought it out just because why not, right? So we got lavender oil now, which is good for so many things, so many things. It's really the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, but it's very, very good for calm and focus, and for kind of getting you ready for sleep. It helps you to regulate that cycle, the natural cycle that your body has of sleeping and waking. So it's great for the evening time. This is for adults and for children, 30 minutes before bed to kind of, get you kind of relaxed. But if you tend to be anxious during the day, then, and you need to take it down a couple notches, then you can grab lavender for that as well. It's not going to zonk you out, but it'll take you down a couple notches, okay? So that's lavender. So one we kind of already know and love for kind of too much energy or too much hyperactivity or too much thinking, thoughts racing through our head. That's lavender. Second one that I wanted to talk about was kind of a new favorite for me, patchouli. Now, of course, this is like one of my favorite hippie oils, right? It reminds me of going to Woodstock a couple years ago. But patchouli is very, very thick, takes forever to come out of this little bottle. It smells, it reminds me of like gerbil cages for some reason. It has a very strong, powerful odor. But the beautiful thing about patchouli is that it actually helps your body to regulate the production of serotonin, okay? So if you're having a fight or flight reaction, or you're going into a situation where you anticipate a fight or flight reaction, then to have patchouli to help you to be balancing your body's reaction to these stressful events is fantastic. It's also excellent for gut health. Now, one thing that science and the medical profession is becoming more and more aware of is the link between the gut and the brain, and the link that the gut has to anxiety. Most of the serotonin, those type of hormones that are helping you respond to stress, those are actually mostly produced in the gut. And so if you've got digestive issues, if you've got an allergy situation going on, if you've got leaky gut going on, then it very, very easily can become also a mental and emotional symptom as well of anxiety. And you think, you don't even know why it's happening, but it's actually because of a gut health issue. So if you suspect that might be you, then trying patchouli would be a great idea, because you're going to kill two birds with one stone. Okay? Let's see, what do I want to talk about next? Another fantastic grounding, another wood oil, another resin is frankincense. Okay, another, just everybody loves it, good for everything, so many things, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. But frankincense is really very, very grounding and fantastic for your brain. So putting it like at the base of your spine is excellent. It really helps you to focus on one thing, and that focus, if you may not have thought about it this way before, but that focus on a singular item, a singular idea, a singular moment in time is actually an incredible way to cut out the noise of what's going on around that tends to cause anxiety. So if you tend to get overload from the stimulus around you, or when you're in a new environment, or you're trying to concentrate and all these things are happening and you can't filter. So this is a great filtering oil. It also, if you are using meditation in order to help you through the process of anxiety, then having frankincense or another wood oil like that, patchouli is another great one. Rabbit Sara is another good oil for meditation. Trying to think of any other ones that really stand, sage, Palo Santo, but really frankincense is just good for so many things and can be used to heighten your meditation. So that is definitely one that you need to have in your oil collection. Okay, so let's talk about hormones. So we have Clary Sage here, which is an excellent regulator, especially for the female hormones. So if you have an estrogen imbalance situation going on, that can also be leading to other imbalances, one of which can be causing anxiety. And so, it doesn't really matter if it's that time of month, but especially during that time, to have Clary Sage to really help you to kind of the swell and the dip, to balance all of that out, is incredibly useful. 1 week per month, I am all about the Clary Sage. I'm almost done with this bottle, so I need another one. But then if I just feel anxious and the other oils aren't working, I'm like, maybe this is a hormone thing, and I'll grab the Clary Sage and I'll use that and see if that helps me. So fantastic for if there's a hormonal thing going on with your anxiety. Then we have one of my favorite oils ever, Bergamot, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but this fantastic citrus oil that if you like Earl Grey tea, then you know the smell of that comes from Bergamot. But it is the happiest, most vivacious, most highly emotional of the citrus oils. So if you need emotional release, if your anxiety is also kind of a depressive thing, right? If you're just, you just feel so down and you need an uplift, this is the most uplifting of the citrus oils. Now, caveat is that it also, what it's doing is raising emotion. And if you're down here, you may need to come through anger, right? Or frustration to get to a higher emotion. And so you might bring up some anger as you're releasing those emotions, which is a good thing, but you want to know that that's going to happen. So if you're trying to help kids that have anxiety, rather than Bergamot, you might want to use something like orange, which is a very gentle citrus, so it's got some uplift to it, but you're not going to get that strong emotional reaction that might be a little bit overwhelming unless you know what's going to happen. So Bergamot is in Believe oil blend, it's in the Joy oil blend, and I put Believe all the time on if I'm just like, I just don't feel like I can do it today. Like I don't have faith in myself, or I just don't know if I can. Right? For those moments, I put Believe right on my heart, and that Bergamot is one of the main things in that. And I adore the smell of Bergamot. So those are 5 oils for anxiety. So we have the classic lavender, we have Patchouli and Frankincense, our grounding wood oils. We have Clary Sage for hormones. We have Bergamot for the uplift, the citrus oils. And of course I want to say, because oils do work, because they do have an energetic effect on the body, please, please, please don't take this as medical advice. This is me telling you how you can support your body's systems. So if you are dealing with anxiety or depression, see a doctor. See somebody who is open to you doing these other modalities. I had a physician that was really, really helpful for me, leading me into my path to fixing my thyroid. And we did medicine, and we did a whole bunch of other things that leading me into health, right? And so find one of those doctors who is open to really working through the situation with you. Make sure you're getting excellent medical advice, and that way when the oils are working, are supporting your body, are adjusting things, it's not doing anything funky with whatever medication you're taking, right? So the one other oil, which I actually don't use, but because I don't have ADHD, but one of the oils that is the most researched for ADHD, which for kids, anxiety and ADHD tend to go together, is vetiver. So if you're wanting a powerful combination for dealing with a hyperactive, lack of focus situation, then you could add lavender, frankincense, and vetiver, and then you would get some of that anxiety and some of that hyperactivity and focus combined together. So that's something that you can try at home and see how that works for you. So we've gone through the 5 for anxiety. So they are lavender, the classic, patchouli, right? Fantastic for your gut health, fantastic for the serotonin production, frankincense, great really for everything, but for focus, for not worrying about the rest of that stuff, for focusing in on one thing at a time, being in the now, meditation, Clary Sage for your hormones, and Bergamot for that uplift, and that moving higher, if you know about the ladder of emotions, moving higher up on the ladder of emotions, getting out of a depressive state and higher up there. So that's all I have for you for the anxiety essential oils. And if you have any questions about this particular, leave them in the comments. If you want me to talk about another topic, be it health in a physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual way, I would be happy to bring to you the essential oils for any of the topics that you want to hear about. Just let me know that too in the comments. All right, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye.